Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Now, Legends of Runeterra has been launched 3 days and I managed to climb to both North America and C server up to Diamond. I would like to take this opportunity to show you what are the decks that I use to climb to C server. Now for C server, I use a very aggressive Noxus Aggro, and the reason why I chose this is because I would like to explore like something which is what do you call, very inexpensive and suitable for free to play and also new players. So if you look at this, this is Noxus and P and Z. So the deck uses 3 Draven, and Draven is a really good card for Noxus. It can be used together in some other decks as well. So let me try to explain to you. So this deck, it has like 1 drops, then it has like one of the best 2 drops in for aggressive deck. Brothers Bond is more towards a removal, and this card is basically you try to combo this card with Imperial Demolitionist. And House Spider is really good in the mirror matchup. So if you are playing aggro and your opponent is playing aggro and you have this, most of the time this 1 card will equals 2 card, and this one is just a good 2 drop and deals 2 damage. Mystic Shots most of the time it's for phase, and transfusion combos with this Crimson Disciple. Draven is really good. Some decks uses Jinx as well, but I prefer this list because it's more aggressive compared to Jinx. So it's and instead I use Crowd Favorite. Crowd Favorite, it can be good or bad, but sometimes it just helped me win quite a lot of games, because once you have, especially when you have House Spider in the deck, it can get really big. Then the last slot is 2 decimates. 2 is just enough. You do not want 3, otherwise it gets clunky. So this one is a fast climb. The win rate is not super high, but because the game ends really quickly, so you are able to climb much faster. In Hearthstone term, this is like what we call the Face Hunter, or in Magic the Gathering, this is like slide deck. So it's like turn 1, turn 2, then turn 2 cards, and turn 3, then you will end the game by turn 5. Then the last few points of damage, you either use like Mystic Shots or get excited. One thing good about Draven is because when you play him, you will get a lot of spinning axes, which can be used to discard to get excited. So most of the time you will have enough cards to be discarded for get excited. This deck, I personally feel it's one of the cheapest deck that you can craft. It doesn't have any epic card at all, but it does have like 3 Draven. Now if you do not have Draven, probably you can replace it with Jinx or other 3 drops. I personally feel like you can try like probably like 1 more of this and 2 Jinx or something. But I feel personally I feel like Draven is really essential, because usually the time when it comes down on 3rd turn, you can't really block it. Overall, this is a very solid list. Probably you can cut one of this. Yeah, because this one usually you will need to combo with Crimson Disciple. Yeah. Now another deck that I use, the other deck that I use for climbing in C server is a Dark Ezreal. So it's a Noxus version. It's I like it a lot, and the difference, as you can see, like this is a deck list. All right, it's quite standard, and it does really well against aggro because of the, once again, House Spider, and also it has like the new card from this expansion, which is a gotcha. Now I played 2 Progress Day, and the reason is because this I've been meeting a lot of aggro decks on the C server, so which is why I chose to cut down one of this, and I focus more towards handling aggressive deck. So you have like 3 blades each. If you have more control, probably if you are meeting more mid-range or control, probably just cut this to 2 and add 1 here. It's a updated version of the Noxus Aggro, and I think for those that like control deck, or those that like freeze mage or blue-white control in Magic, you will like this card quite a fair bit. Sorry, you will like this deck quite a fair bit. And yeah, if you notice, like both deck has Draven, because I have limited cards in my C server. Now, for my C server, basically I'm free to play. So when it comes to free to play, you don't have many card choices, and Draven is one of Draven is like it. I have like 3 Draven, so I might as well like use this to climb as well. I personally feel this deck is really powerful. Like you're able to reach master without any issue with this list. Probably just tweak some 1 or 2 cards. That's it. So these 2 decks are the one that I've been climbing the C server. Now for North America server, for a lot of for some of you that have been following my deck list, I personally feel like this is my most updated list at this moment. So as you can see, it's like turn 1 drops you have. Then what I do is I have a lot of cheap removals. So as you can see, like I'm playing 2 each. Now if you notice my splash, I'm only having like 5 splashes from the new region, and 2 of it is because of this hook. And I personally feel like this 1 mana hook, it's really abusive in this deck. So how does this deck perform? So as you can see, it's like you have a lot of challenger creatures. Alright, so you have a lot, and you combine it with Miss Fortune. So what it does is, when you challenge a creature while you're attacking, Miss Fortune will do 1 damage. So it's like indirectly it's like a +1/+1 to all your creatures. But at the same time, if you are pulling a creature with 1 toughness, your your minions or your followers don't really take damage. So Miss Fortune is a really good card. I foresee like there are a few mid-range deck that is going to build on with Miss Fortune. Initially when I was building this deck, alright, we have like the scout package, but later I just drop it to the best scout. So I personally feel like Grizzle Ranger is like the best scout, and other scout looks overwhelmed to me. So it's like it's either like they are very situation, or it's like either you are, it's like a win more card. So I personally feel like it's either most of the time when I was playing the scout package, it's like opponent don't find the answer and they die to you really quickly. But then once the game drags to turn 7 or turn 8, it becomes very overwhelmed. So which is why like I choose only to play selected scout cards. Like Queen, I just play 1. And the reason is that Queen is like a 2 body, because you are able to challenge with your with the bird that she summons. Now if you do not have Queen, you are able to replace with Garen. So both of these works quite good. Now the main highlight of this deck, as you can see, like I played 2 Radiant Garden, and Radiant Garden is so good. It's against like aggro deck or some control decks. It's so hard to remove her, and then she'll be gaining so much life. So it's I feel like she's really good in this meta. And Citra of the Bow, yeah, I chose this card compared to this one. So I personally feel like Citra is really good, because usually what happens is the game drags out and your opponent is able to like keep blocking your minions. but then with Citra they can't block it. So which is why I personally feel Citra is better than Genevieve Elmhart. Now the latest addition to the deck is Unyielding Spirit. To me, this is probably one of the best card in the deck, and it just wins so many mid-range matchup. So in the mid-range matchup, whoever, if you are able to get this, the first player that's able to get this on Fiora or Miss Fortune, or even what do you call Radiant Garden or Queen, it's just so powerful. And the thing is, it's burst. I personally feel in the future they might so the only thing that's able to remove this card is probably Detain, and also the one that bounces the follower back to hand. So overall, I've been playing this Miss Fortune deck of Veiler midrange exclusively in the North America server, and it has been going on pretty well. And I like this build quite a lot. Vanguard Surgeon is quite a good choice, because once you cast this, your opponent will always be forced to play it differently, because you would just cast the spell and win. So it's basically a 2-for-1 card, and the MVP probably is this guy. This guy is just so insane for 4 mana, for 4 mana. And also I chose to play 2 Bannerman, and yeah, this deck plays 5 other creatures, 5 other followers from other regions. So sometimes it doesn't hit. Yeah. So overall, this deck it's one of my I kind of like it. It's quite a good deck with a lot of combat tricks, and a lot of there are a lot of abilities, and also a lot of situational buff spells. I personally like it because of this cheap buff cards, and it works really good. Now another deck that I would like to recommend to, yeah, but of course this deck is it's not I won't suggest this for the free to play or new player, because it will take a long time for you to craft all these what do you call hero champions. Now another deck that I would like to recommend to all the new players is my Spider list. Alright, I didn't have much time to play much games. Like for the other decks, I probably play quite a fair bit, probably 20 games or more for each variant. This Spider list I managed to play like 5 to 10, but it's still quite solid, and it is a mid-range deck. So what it does is it plays like some Spider aggro. Alright, then you try to level up your elites in combo with the spiders, and with the spiders you're able to cast a very big crowd favorite, and also then you play Darius. Alright, so once you play Darius, it's like 10, then you are able to deal 10 damage, or if Darius died, then the next turn you are able to resummon him back. So it's like you cast Darius, they remove Darius, then you summon him back and swing for the win. Now I would strongly recommend this deck, is because in the past I've been using this deck to climb to master, and this time I personally feel it is a very cheap deck, in the sense that because when you start this game, they will give you 2 Darius for free and 2 elites for free. Now if you do not have the 3rd elite, you can choose not to craft it. I do not recommend you to craft this deck, the champion, unless you are very sure that you want to play this deck for a long term. And yeah, this deck doesn't use any epic card as well, so you're able to save quite a fair bit. So for new players, I will recommend this deck, and also the Noxus Aggro. They are cheap and they are good. Alright, so when it comes to as if you are new players, you can start off with the aggro decks first. Alright, if you decide to craft what do you call Draven, and then in the future you're able to add Ezreal and you're able to play the Draven Ezreal combo. So this will be good. Alright, Spider is good if you decide not to craft any champion. Now Legends of Runeterra, it's a really good game, and it is very highly possible to be free to play. Basically, if you play for 1 week, like just 3 to 4 games on a daily basis, you are able to construct a tier 1 deck by end of the first week. So if you play 3 weeks, you have like three decks. So it's not like Hearthstone, it's not like Magic, like every time new set comes in you need to pay. You will need to pay and buy some cards. No, that doesn't happen in Legends of Runeterra, which is why I like the game so much, because you're able to get away with free to play. Alright, I'm totally free to play in the C server. Alright, so yeah, that's about it. So hope you guys have fun with Legends of Runeterra, and yeah, I've been making quite a few videos on LR, and any question you can just ask me. So yeah, have fun and enjoy the game.